Let us develop function to get database connection so that we can reuse in subsequent topics to perform CRUD operations. We have already seen this earlier. I am just reiterating and I am ensuring that I have a separate get connection function so that I can run this notebook from other notebooks and I can use some of the connection objects which are pre-created as part of this notebook. Those connection objects will only be available whenever I run this notebook in other notebooks. That being said, the function name will be get_connection. It will take required parameters to establish a connection to the database and return connection object. We can invoke that function and create required connection objects such as SMS_connection so that we can perform database operations against the SMS DB. SMS connection is the connection object for our hypothetical SMS database. Now, we can trigger this notebook from other notebooks by using %run magic as part of Jupyter. The function as well as objects such as SMS_connection can be used in the other notebooks from which this notebook is triggered. In the similar lines of SMS, we'll also have an object called as retail connection for retail database. So the syntax of get connection looks like this. It takes parameters host, port, database, user, password, etc. I am initializing connection to none, and as part of the try block, I am actually trying to use psycobg to connect and passing these parameters which are passed to this get connection so that the database connectivity is established and connection object is created for us. If something is wrong, the exception will be raised because of this except block, and we are just raising the exception. If you want to handle this gracefully, you can do so. And finally, we are returning connection object. As long as it is successful, it will return a connection object for us. So we can run this cell. It will take care of creating the function called as get_connection. You can seek the help on this by saying get_connection like this. You can see that it takes these 5 parameters. Now I have defined the 5 variables host, port, database, user, password, etc. to connect to SMS database running on localhost with port number 5432. It will take care of creating SMS_connection object. You can actually validate by saying SMS_connection. You can see it is of type connection object. You can also see the details about user, password, DB name, host, port, etc. In the similar lines, I am also trying to create a retail connection object which will use the retail database to connect to. So this will take care of creating the retail connection object. You can validate by saying retail connection and then shift enter to run this, and you can see the details related to retail connection object. The user is itversity_retail_user. Rest of the details are related to retail database running on localhost with port number 5432. I should be able to use it and run queries by creating the cursor objects using these connection objects. Once I shut down, these will be gone. However, when I run this from the other notebook, these will be created for us and we should be able to leverage these objects and take care of required database actions. So I'm just modularizing my notebooks in such a way that in all the subsequent notebooks, I'll be invoking this notebook to get the connection object, and then we'll actually take care of performing the relevant database operations based upon the topic in discussion.